Welcome back, Madden Prime in Houston. When I left you last episode, we talked about being undefeated going into the second half of the season. This is week 11. We came off of back-to-back big-time explosive games, but in these games, there's been a lot of pushback on these teams that we're playing. Right, like we come out with big leads, and then somehow in the late quarters they start to make a push and come back. Both teams, we played the Chiefs and the New England Patriots, both came screaming back in these games. When it comes down to storylines and the stat lines of what we're looking at, Charles Kelly is still fighting with his man-to-man coverage. You know, on one side of things, we are the best turnover team in the league, but turnovers ourselves lead to things as well. We challenged Shador not to turn the ball over at all. He had a good job, took a hit in the middle of throwing the ball for a pick. So he did throw one interception. It's something that we still trying to clean up. And on the back end, we are still in situations where we're making aggressive moves, aggressive plays that we're just not making, right? So for all the plays we are making, there are a lot of plays within the game that we're not making, and that we got to better get these guys somehow, some way to clean that up, right? And I guess just hard work and practice. And with that being said, when it comes down to giving up passing yards, we're the worst team in the NFL. But when it comes down to getting interceptions, we're the best team in the NFL. It seems like every team we played this year are adopting what the Commanders did to us, which is short passing and 50-50 throws, right? A lot of short passing with the run after the catch. It's what's killing us, is what's allowing us to give up so many yards in the passing game. But those same schemes that these guys, the teams are doing, also are the reason why we're leading the league in interceptions. Week 11 presents a whole bigger problem than any team we faced this year. The Miami Dolphins come to Houston, and everybody knows what the problem that the Miami Dolphins poses is the speed of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. So as we did our scouting and our scheming and what we think we should do this week, the first thing we want to take note of is the Dolphins quarterback. Everything starts and stops there. So we go to Tua Tagovailoa. Is he the starting quarterback for this football team? Well, we go look at his stats for this year. And in 2024, Tua has 5 yards, one touchdown. He's attempted one pass in the regular season. So our thought process on Tua is the only way he's coming in the game is if an injury happens or the quarterback that they have playing has a shitty game. So we take a look at who they have. They have rookie Sam Hartman. Now, Sam Hartman has a stronger arm than Tua, and I think this is why the Dolphins went with him. Stronger arm that can get the ball downfield to the two of the fastest receivers in the NFL. Simple as that. So while we're going through our scouting report on Sam Hartman, we know who he is, right? The Wake Forest transfer to go to Notre Dame. He doesn't really turn the ball over. Only 6 interceptions on the year, 19 touchdowns, 2,867 yards, 115.3 QBR. But he's been sacked 32 times, and this is where we think we can get to him and disrupt something. He does have 72 completion percentage, and he's only averaging 9.6 yards a play, considering he has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. So they're not really seeming like they attack downfield, which is something that we know they're going to come into the game doing short passing, medium passing. They're going to get the ball out fast and let their playmakers make plays for them. We do know he can make every throw. We also know he will take a deep shot. He can't. There's no way you don't take deep shots with that type of speed at the receiver position. So our scout report is to try to keep everything in front of us with Sam and apply pressure. Apply pressure, bust pipes. That's what we're trying to do. Apply pressure. Now we look at their backfield. They got Deuce Vaughn. We think he's legit at running back. Great speed, athletic, very small, and it's going to be hard for our front four to see him till he's at second level. So we're going to have to really, really stay in our gaps and stay disciplined when it comes down to stopping the run. I mean, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle speaks for themselves, but I also like who they have in the slot and Raheem Jarrett. We think he is a gamer, a big time player, and we do expect, for him to be able to make some plays for this football team. At the tight end position, they got Mike Gesicki still. We know he's a pretty big time tight end, but Elijah Arroyo to me is the more athletic tight end they have out of the University of Miami rookie. So we're gonna have to watch out for two tight ends for sure. When it comes down to the line, Terran Armstead is one of the best offensive linemen in the entire NFL. At the guard position, a young rookie from Ohio State, Ben Christmas, very good overall. They're young at center, they're young at right guard, and they're young at right tackle. And this is the reason why they've been sacked 32 times, right? Because they are dealing with the type of offensive line we're dealing with. A lot of young players first year and rookies with one big time veteran. So this is where we want to put them under pressure at. If they can't throw the ball comfortably, makes it easier to cover those two speed demons. Now, when it comes down to their defense, Emmanuel Ogbah is still at 30 years old. He's the veteran on that D line. Kristen Wilkins is a monster. We got to worry about him, that's for sure. But Brian Breezy is the guy that can give us problems, especially at our center position. So Javon Cohen is going to have a big, big responsibility. And if we have to help out and double team, we will. Bryce Gallagher, solid rookie at the outside linebacker. Bradley Chubb is still there as a big time pass rusher. Van Ness is the middle linebacker from the Cowboys. They do got bumper pool. We do like their linebacker room. Although young, they're fast and athletic. Jalen Phillips is a guy that can get to the quarterback as well. So they got some really good edge rushers, right? Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Wilkins, and then you're looking at Emmanuel Ogbah. Where things get interesting at, Byron Jones is still an all-pro type player. They did get Fentrell Cypress. Xavier Howard is a veteran still here. So at the cornerback position, they are a veteran base with a couple of young guys in the mix. They got one of the top corners in the draft on their football team right now. So we got to figure out what they're doing with him and see what he's doing stat-wise this year. 62 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, a sack. And INT looks like he's playing a slot corner. Javon Holland is big time. And then they got Jahad Carter out of Ohio State, who I think is going to be up and coming. We like this little youngster. So these are guys that are athletic and can make plays. We just got to worry about them. And then Jamie Robinson, another Florida State player at the strong safety position, who's turning himself into a superstar. So they got some weapons, they got some situations, but they're young like us, right? They're not as young as us, but they have some young pieces that we can match up with and take advantage of.